independent Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is not one to mince words. And today at a forum at the Brookings Institute, the potential 2016 candidate was typically candid on issues ranging from income inequality to that possible presidential matchup with Hillary Clinton. Senator Bernie Sanders joins me now live from Capitol Hill. And Senator Sanders, thank you for being here. Happy Monday. And of course, everyone's asking you the same question, so I'm going to join the bandwagon and ask you, have you decided whether you will, A, run for president, and B, whether you will run as a Democrat versus running as an independent?
The answer is no. I have not yet made a decision. But, Joy, this is where I am right now. It's what I said at the Brookings place this morning. And that is the great moral and economic and political issue of our time is the grotesque level of wealth and income inequality that we are experiencing. You know, the American people know that there is something profoundly wrong when you have the top 0.1% owning more wealth than the bottom 90%, and 99% of all new income now going to the top 1%. We have got to protect the middle class of this country. We have to take on the billionaire class. And that is what I'm giving thought to doing.
And Senator Sanders, I think that most, if not all, progressives would agree that you have been very vocal and a champion on that issue. I think there are a lot of people who believe Elizabeth Warren has been vocal and a champion on that very issue of income inequality. You told our Steve Kornacki, my colleague here at MSNBC, that should you run, there would be a clash of ideas. Do you believe that Hillary Clinton is a progressive who would be as strong as you are, as strong as Elizabeth Warren is, on the issue of income inequality? Is she a progressive?
Well, Joy, I don't like to speculate, about the policies of other people. I've known Hillary Clinton for many years. I have a lot of Clinton for many years. I suspect she's going to run. She hasn't made that decision yet. But I think what happens is if she does run, and if I do run, I expect very strongly that you're going to see different points of view, and I hope we can have a sensible, good debate that the American people are crying out for. There are so many important issues, and it's income and wealth inequality. It is the Koch brothers taking over the political process. Do you think we are a democracy today, in the real sense of the word, when you have a multi-billionaire family now prepared to spend as much money as either the Democratic or Republican parties to buy the candidates who represent their extreme right-wing views? How do you deal with that issue?
Yeah.
Well, that's an issue that has to be debated.
And Senator Sanders, do you think the Democratic Party has been strong enough on issues of income inequality? We did see the party become, I would say, more liberal as a caucus, particularly in the Senate, but there were a lot of blue dogs who were there for a very long time. Do you think the party has been too far to the right on issues of economics and income inequality?
Yes. The answer is, I think, is yes. I think the working class and the middle class of this country want to see the Democrats fight more aggressively in terms of raising the minimum wage, dealing with the overtime scandal, dealing with trade, and most importantly, creating the millions of jobs that this country desperately needs.
And do you think that your caucus in the Senate will use the filibuster as aggressively as Mitch McConnell did to try to fight, let's say, for instance, to stop any cuts to Social Security? Will the Democrats be that aggressive?
Well, I will tell you that I will be that aggressive, and I have the feeling there'll be a lot of others as well. Right now, what we should be talking about, Joy, is expanding Social Security benefits, not cutting them.
And we do know, of course, that there is this hunger out there, even though she says she's not running, for Elizabeth Warren to run. If you don't run, would you encourage Elizabeth Warren to run in the Democratic primary?
Well, that's something we'll be talking about in the future.
All right, and I want to now, of course, ask you, because there is this controversy that's happening in Washington over the speech by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel, who is coming to address a joint session of Congress. You were asked about that today at Brookings. I want to play back what you said.
Are you thinking of not going?
Yes. I'm not thinking.
Have you decided yet, or are you?
Yeah, I'm not thinking of not going. I am not going. I may watch it on TV, but I'm not.
Explain to us, sir, why you're not going to attend, and do you think that this was a move to try to embarrass the President of the United States on the part of John Boehner?
I think perhaps it was. I think when it comes to foreign policy, especially in as volatile a place as the Middle East, you really don't want to be playing politics. And the idea that the President of the United States, who leads us in foreign policy, was not consulted about Netanyahu coming to Congress is unacceptable. Second of all, as you know, there is going to be an election in Israel in the near future. And the idea of allowing Netanyahu or any candidate from any country using the Congress of the United States for their own partisan political purposes back home is wrong. It's not something we should be doing.
All right. Well, Senator Sanders, thank you for being here. And I want to let you know that you have an open slot from 2 to 3 p.m. on MSNBC to make your announcement. If and when you decide to announce for president, please come back. We'd love to have you come on and tell us your next steps.
Thank you, Joy.
Thank you, sir. All right. And